when the financial measures order under the Emergency Act came out, it placed banks, any financial institution, and not just them, but anybody that engages in securities, such as RBC Dominion Securities or someone else that holds your RRSPs and your stocks, insurance companies, and others, it placed them under a positive legal obligation to go through their membership list or their customer list and see if anybody who was a designated person who was on this list that the government created was in there. And if a designated person was a customer of TD Bank or Scotiabank or a credit union, the bank became under a positive legal duty to no longer provide financial services. So no bank account, no credit card, no mortgage, no line of credit, etc. Okay? So, well, how does one become a designated person? I received the list. It's over 100 pages long, and it has the evidence. All of my clients appear in the first 20 pages. And it has on the left-hand side has the OPP and the RCMP logos all over it. And I, this police officer, investigated this, and here's what I found. And I believe these people are all designated persons. And it has a little picture, thumbnail picture on the left, and their date of birth and their personal information, their address, description about who they are and what they do, and any remarkable comments, which were really weird, the comments they picked. But anyway, and then you get to the last page of part one, and it has the evidentiary source. Okay, so where did they gather this evidence from to conclude that these people were so serious of a threat to Canada's national security that they had to invoke the war measures, the equivalent of the War Measures Act? What evidence, investigative activity do they gather in? I kid you not, it says source, CTV News, who's who in the Freedom Convoy, and it has the hyperlink.
Oh my God.
So this police investigator didn't even have to put his donut down. Sat at his desk, went click, 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 cut, paste. Okay? So the fact that some reporter or somebody at CTV News saw you on a stage at the Freedom protest, or saw you talking to a trucker, or saw you in a news conference that they put on, was enough for you to appear in that list and enough to have your finances frozen.
You know what,
Senior
Keith,
representative
I spoke on that trucker stage. I don't know if you recall. I got up there and gave like a 3-minute salutation. I guess I'm lucky I didn't get on CTV's hit list, or I myself would have had my bank account frozen.
Isn't it remarkable? Like Ezra, I'm happy to share with you in confidence the document so you can verify what I've just said, and you'll be blown away because there's other aspects.
So I would very much like to see that. Is that, am I able to publish that, or does that come with some limits to its publication? Because I wouldn't want to embarrass the people on that document.
Yeah, that's my concern. Yeah, no, I'm happy to share it, but I don't want to share it in a way that can be led to some left-wing nut bar Antifa's doxing my clients, if you know what I mean.
If you send me that, I promise not to reveal the identities of anyone on there, but if I will obscure the identity, I will show the absurdness of the document as if it's as you describe it, which I'm sure it is. That's shocking to me. So basically, some cop reads a CTV story and puts all those names on a list, and then before you know it, banks are seizing their bank accounts. It's just shocking to me. And what does it mean to not provide a financial service for a mortgage? Does that mean they call in the mortgage? Like, what does that even mean? So suddenly
that's what that would mean.
Repay the mortgage.
Yeah. And not only that, which was interesting, if you read the economic measures proclamation that was issued by the cabinet when they issued the emergency declaration under the Emergencies Act. And you will see that it also extends to insurance companies.
I did see that. Are we aware of anyone who's had, does that apply to like life insurance or?
Well, that's a good question. And our legal team, we said that. Does this mean they can cancel your life insurance policy? So I think what happened there was, unlike the banks that said, okay, sure, Trudeau, we'll go help you. We'll be your financial goons against Canadians to help save you and your political power. I got to think the insurance company said, we can't do this, because they didn't. I have no instance where they did that. So even though if you read it, you will see with crystal clarity that it's there.
That's an excerpt from my daily show, The Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.